The biggest storm of the decade has moved in to create gusting winds, zero visibility, and perilous surf, making this contest a fierce challenge. The Marui O'Neill Maui Invitational is the second stop on the PBA's World Tour, with the final event ending here at Maui in October. This event has 3 venues, with the surf slalom finals about to get underway. The Maui Invitational has a total purse of $120,000, the largest ever for a board sailing event, and $40,000 at stake here in the surf slalom competition. 150 of the top men and women professional board sailors from 15 different countries have gathered here at Ho'okipa and Kanaha Beach to try and earn a share of that prize money and add points toward their world rankings, including defending PBA world champion Bjorn Dunkerbeck, 3-time world champion Robbie Nash, last year's Marui O'Neill world champion Anders Bringdahl, Australian Phil Mcgain, 4th in the World Tour last year, and 1984 Olympic gold medalist Stefan Vandenberg. And of course, there's stiff competition in the women's race. We should keep an eye on defending PBA women's champion Natalie Liliev and the defending Marui O'Neill world champion Natalie Seibel. The conditions for today's finals are ominous. As you can see, the competitors will have to battle for the championship not only with each other, but with the elements as well. Visibility is down to almost nothing, and pouring rain makes the sailing tough and risky. With 18 to 28 knot winds, it's rough going here on the slalom course today. They'll have to fight to maintain tight control of their board sailing rigs, especially when confronting the tight turns around the buoys. With this weather, we're sure to see some exciting racing. Although the sun was shining earlier, conditions worsened as the heats began. We asked Natalie Seibel how the inconsistent weather might affect her sailing.
It's very variable winds. The winds, like, sometimes it doesn't blow and then it blows really, really hard. It's really hard to tell what side sail to take, if the wind is going to pick up or die off. And then we have really bad rain gusts, and it's hard to see when it gets really strong rain.
The slalom course consists of 2 buoys set 300 meters apart. The competitors sail the course in figure 8s, and each race is made up of 3 laps, requiring a minimum of 15 knots, something we won't have to worry about today. Earlier, our first semifinal heat included Matthias Holmberg, Natsuki Iijima, Hideki Makino, Phil Mcgain, Robbie Nash, Bruce Peterson, Nevin Sayer, and Scott Truden, the top 4 finishers advancing to the finals. Men's semifinal number 1. After the first lap, Phil Mcgain leads, followed by Bruce Peterson from Canada, and in 3rd place, Hideki Makino. Mcgain opened up a lead he would maintain throughout the race. Mcgain easily wins the heat. As a matter of fact, Phil had not lost a heat the entire competition. In the men's second semifinal, it was Alex Aguirre, Anders Bringdahl, Bjorn Dunkerbeck, Thorkel Christensen, Mark Peterson, Rush Randall, Robert Terry Tihau, and Eric Thieme. Eric Thieme from France is leading after the first full lap. Right on his tail is Bjorn Dunkerbeck and Anders Bringdahl. Rounding the outside buoy, Thieme went down, leaving the door open for Dunkerbeck and Bringdahl. The sailors at this point are not disappointed in the wind, but I'm sure that the wave conditions would be not to their liking. Dunkerbeck and Bringdahl were on a tie on the last lap. Great head-to-head racing. But in the end, Bringdahl was able to squeak by to win the heat. In the women's first semifinal, Jessica Crisp, Barbara Kendall, Janet Lenneberg, Jutta Mueller, Natalie Seibel, Natalie Simone, Rhonda Smith-Sanchez, and Carla Weber. Leading after the first lap is Barbara Kendall, followed by Natalie Seibel. And Barbara Kendall from New Zealand hangs on to win the semifinal heat. In the women's second semi, Kelby Ano, Angela Cochran, Britt Dunkerbeck, Lisa Fennell, Lena Kerr, Natalie Liliev, Midori Matsunaga, and Martine van Soulingen. After the first lap, Britt Dunkerbeck leads, followed by Natalie Liliev and Martine van Soulingen. And the final was Britt Dunkerbeck winning the second semifinal heat. Just to show you the incredible conditions these sailors are dealing with, earlier in the women's first semifinal, Carla Weber encountered high winds and choppy surf that caused her to lose control of her board, creating a whiplash effect. Just look at that. Let's take a look at that again on the replay. As Carla pops up over this wave, the wind catches her board, causing it to go sideways and burying it in the top of the next wave. The sail is yanked down, causing her to lose control of the board, and because she was harnessed into her rig, she had nowhere to go but where the sail went. Battling it out for the championship in this race are Kelby Ano, Britt Dunkerbeck, Barbara Kendall, Lena Kerr, Natalie Liliev, Jutta Mueller, Natalie Seibel, and Martine van Soulingen. They get off to a good start as they head outside. The wind is still howling, and the waves, well, the surf doesn't look quite as bad as it was. However, they still have to keep low to the waves. Now, Natalie Liliev takes the lead early on, followed by Lena Kerr, and taking an upwind course is Britt Dunkerbeck. Britt Dunkerbeck, 18 years old, from Spain. She is the sister of another competitor in this event, one of the male competitors, Bjorn Dunkerbeck, who is the current world champion. Barbara Kendall gets some air on her way to the outside buoy. It's very difficult from this angle to get a perception of how fast they're going, but believe me, they are really screaming through these waves. Now they're rounding the outside mark. The leader, Natalie Liliev from France, with the blue and yellow sail, falls down. And in second place, Britt Dunkerbeck from Spain falls also. Now there's a bit of chaos out there as Lena Kerr is having a problem herself. Now she's off her board. She's got the pink sail, and this allows Kelby Ano temporarily to take the lead, but the multiple falls have caused enough chaos to let Natalie Liliev and Britt Dunkerbeck water start and to get back into the race again. So there were a few moments of craziness there, but now everybody's back up and the race is just as hot as ever. In the lead currently, and still, is Natalie Liliev from France. Right behind her with that purple sail, you see Britt Dunkerbeck. To the right of your screen, Kelby Ano. She's from Hawaii. Natalie getting up a good head of steam. All of these girls are excellent sailors and love surfing and windsurfing on these conditions on Maui. Hokipa is a world-famous beach for windsurfing. And here we go, completing the first lap. Natalie Liliev still in the lead, closely followed by Britt Dunkerbeck and Kelby Ano, doing her best to catch them, followed by Natalie Seibel. Britt Dunkerbeck encounters some bad luck around the inside buoy going down along with two more competitors. These conditions, even though these are the best competitors in the world, these conditions are so tough, they're all fighting, and one of them falls, it creates a domino effect. Natalie Liliev from France with a very large lead at this point. Natalie, the world champion last year. She rounds the outside mark. In second place, Natalie Seibel. Oh, and Britt Dunkerbeck, fourth place, goes down, takes a bad fall there, and she's going to have to water start again. Meanwhile, everybody is going to pass her by. That's a tough break for Britt Dunkerbeck. So Britt still trying to get herself back together. Meanwhile, everyone else has rounded the outside mark, and they're heading back in. The conditions here at Hokipa are a side shore, although as you can see, very rainy, but the wind is blowing across, so consequently they can go in and out of the surf without having to worry about wind. Leading the race currently, Natalie Liliev from France, followed by Natalie Seibel from West Germany, and in third place, Barbara Kendall from New Zealand. Rounding the inside buoy, Natalie Liliev has definitely established herself with a good lead and is setting a frantic pace. And in second place, the West German Natalie Seibel, trying to catch her. Heading back outside, this is now into the third lap of a three-lap final. Natalie Liliev is really a master in these conditions. She really knows how to get the speed out of that sail. Natalie Seibel from West Germany, also another great sailor. The Europeans really have got this board sailing down, and it's a very popular sport. Natalie Liliev, the leader on the outside, rounding the buoy. Followed by Natalie Seibel, West Germany. She jibes around the outside buoy, and there you see third place. That's Barbara Kendall. Now they're heading back in. This is the last half lap. Natalie Liliev looks like she's going to take this one. There you see her. She is harnessed into her sail. So consequently, because of these strong conditions, sometimes that sail gets a little tough to hang on to, and the harness helps them to grip. This is Natalie Seibel. She'll be coming in second place and taking the win with a strong performance in the women's slalom. Natalie Liliev from France. We talked to her about her victory.
Well, in the slalom event, the strongest challenger was Bjorn Dunkerbeck. Then she started falling at the beginning of the race and kept falling and falling again. So she was behind, and then Natalie Seibel kept being right behind me. So she was pretty much stronger. The crucial moment in the race was the first jibe, and I was leading to the first mark, and then I fell the first mark, and I guess that made everybody fail too. So that was good for me actually.
And now we have the men's final about to get underway with 8 competitors fighting for the championship. Battling it out are Anders Bringdahl, Bjorn Dunkerbeck, Thorkel Christensen, Hideki Makino, Phil Mcgain, Robbie Nash, Bruce Peterson, and Eric TMA. Getting off to an early lead is Bruce Peterson, followed by Eric TMA, Hideki Makino, and Robbie Nash. Heavy winds cause the competitors to catch air on their way to the outside buoy, and they don't really want to do this. This looks more like a wave jumping contest than a slalom final, but catching air really slows the racers down. It's not a maneuver they want to do. Coming into the first mark, rapidly moving up are Robbie Nash. He's in the pink sail. It's kind of a patented trademark of Robbie's. Bjorn Dunkerbeck from Spain, and Phil Mcgain, the Australian. We have some high-powered competitors in this competition. I mentioned Robbie Nash. Robbie, a 4-time world champion. This year is the first year that he has not held that title. He lost it to Bjorn Dunkerbeck. And Robbie right now, he is still in the thick of things, as you can see. On the left, you see Phil Mcgain from Australia, Robbie Nash with the pink sail, and on the right side of your screen is Bruce Peterson. From this angle, the pack looks pretty tight as they sail upwind to get into position for that jibe around the inside mark. Phil Mcgain from Australia in the lead right now. You see Robbie Nash in the pink sail right behind him. Phil is looking very strong and has been this entire competition. He has yet to lose a heat, and right now we are in the men's surf slalom finals. Rounding the inside mark, Phil Mcgain, followed by Bjorn Dunkerbeck and Robbie Nash. They have now completed the first of 3 laps in this final, and they are fairly tight, as you can see, bunched together, the 3 leaders. As they head out, Phil Mcgain is determined to pull ahead, but both Dunkerbeck and Nash are using different strategies to maintain their tail on Mcgain. Dunkerbeck is sailing downwind while Nash follows Mcgain upwind. Who's to say whose strategy will win? Right now, all they can think about is getting by Mcgain. Of course, Mcgain will have none of that. Approaching the outside mark now. Mcgain first around the mark. He's opened up a lead now, and this stretch, as they sail back into shore, this is one of the reaches that has the most wind behind it. He is really going to be able to get up ahead of steam now. And you see Phil Mcgain with that sizable lead. Behind him, Dunkerbeck and Nash. Out of the picture right now, but breathing down his neck, you can be sure he looks back to check it. And there's Dunkerbeck. He has caught himself a gust now and is really starting to gain on Mcgain. They're coming to the inside mark. They round the inside mark. Mcgain is still ahead. Dunkerbeck jibing right behind him. He can practically see the water on the back of his neck. And there they go, back out to the outside buoy again, and it looks like Mcgain is going to open up another lead. However, we have seen something here. We've seen how these gusts can come up and absolutely power somebody right by. It all depends on the tack and where you are in relationship, whether you're upwind or downwind of the sailor you're up against. Right now, Mcgain has got himself a nice-looking lead. You see some breakers rolling in. He's got to deal with those. Behind him, Dunkerbeck jumping over waves. There's Nash. to the right of your screen. All three of these guys, excellent sailors. Mcgain first around the mark, and now he is going into the second half of lap 3. Dunkerbeck trying to make up that ground. Nash trying to catch up to those two. We see the sailors who are in the back of the pack now just beginning to approach that outside mark. Still in the lead, Phil Mcgain from Australia. He's 25 years old, and he finished 4th in the 1988 PBA World Tour, and he is just about ready to finish first in this men's surf slalom final. Heading in now to the finish line, Phil Mcgain from Australia. But look at this. This is Bjorn Dunkerbeck, just like he did on the last lap, and they're neck and neck now. He's got a gust, and they are battling for the finish. Phil Mcgain out in front, it looks like, right at the finish line. Bjorn Dunkerbeck nosing out Phil Mcgain. Let's look at that again. There you can see Mcgain's trying to catch up, and just at the last second, Bjorn Dunkerbeck noses him out. That is a tremendous race, and there are your winners. Dunkerbeck defeating Mcgain narrowly, and Robbie Nash in 3rd. Joe Teipel talked with our winner.
Here we are with Bjorn Dunkerbeck, who has just won the men's slalom final in the Marui O'Neill Invitational here at Ho'okipa, Maui. Congratulations, Bjorn.
Thank you.
It was a terrific finish between you and Phil Mcgain. A mere couple inches ahead of him. You didn't even know you'd won to the very end.
That's right. Started off at the start. Start is really important in slalom races like that. And he got just a very, very nice start. And I was a little bit back there because I was a little bit scared to get over early. He was leading the race just about 10-20 meters in front of me the whole race. The race takes about 3-4 minutes. It's a very short race. And I could just overtake him just before the finishing line on the last beep in before the finishing line. The reason why I had a little bit better boat speed, he was getting a little bit nervous, and I was quite confident. I just wanted to try and get him, and that might be a reason. He got a little spin out, lost some speed in the very end, and that made me